Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to a new vlog. It feels very strange that I'm completely home alone at the moment. It's not very often that there is not a soul in the house aside from me, not even Dexter and Dickens. They are currently getting pampered. They go to the Cotswold Grooming Company, and this is the time. Charlie and I both said I don't think we've ever seen Dexter with his hair this long, maybe during lockdown, but even then I think we groomed him a little bit more, and they're both just looking extra scruffy, so very much needed for their grooming. I saw someone share this quote on Instagram just now and it made me laugh out loud. The quote says, "If you come to my house and don't say hi to my dog on the way in, just go home." And I cannot relate to this anymore. If someone walks into this house, and obviously Dexter and Dickens, they like charge towards the door, they're barking, probably a bit annoying if you don't love dogs, but I think most of my friends are dog people. And if people, I kind of want them to say hello to the dog before me, because otherwise Dexter and Dickens will just keep barking at them until they say hello. My children are not the most well-behaved dogs in the world, but let me know what you do when you walk into a friend's house and they open the door and the dog's there. I am a dog greeter first kind of person, and judge me how you will. What that says about me, I don't know, but I will 9 times out of 10 greet the dog first. And when I say greet, it's not just a hi, snooty, or whatever. I will get down on the ground, I will kiss the dog, I will ask the dog how their day's been. Yeah, that's me. That is my level of bonkersness. Anyway, it's coming up to lunchtime and I'm gonna do something that I haven't done yet this year because it's kind of, to me, a summer recipe. Today does not feel like a summer's day, but I'm not gonna be that British person that keeps going on about the weather. So we'll just glide over the fact that it's pouring with rain and miserable. We're gonna glide over that. What I like to do in summer, for breakfast and for lunch and just for generally having in the house, is to make frittatas. You might remember this. They're essentially omelettes. I don't actually know the difference between an omelette and a frittata. Maybe a frittata has less egg to veg ratio. It's more veggie than eggy. Eggs are fantastic for you, a great source of protein, and my frittata recipes are very easy, low maintenance, and just kind of whatever veg you've got growing in your garden, that you've got in your fridge that needs eating up, bung it all in. Today on the menu, I have got some Comté cheese, which I could literally just take a bite of because it's so yummy. I've got 5 eggs that need using up in our little chicken bowl. Do you keep your eggs in the fridge or not? That's another question that I've got for you. How do you react when you see a dog at a friend's house, and where do you keep your eggs? That's what I need to know in the comments section. So I've got Comté. I'm just gonna, no, that's unhygienic, isn't it? Hang on. It's only me and Charlie that's gonna eat this, but just in case. Oh wow. So Comté is, I just did a quick Google, a French Swiss border cheese, semi-hard cheese. When aged, its flavour is nutty, smoky, fruity and sweet. I would say that is absolutely correct, and that is quite sensational. I might have to save this entire block for me to nibble on. But as I mentioned, veggie wise, stick in whatever you've got in the garden. You can do a herb frittata. I do that a lot. Spring onions are elite level veg to put in a frittata. Kale, broccoli, wild garlic. Now is your final klaxon to go out and forage wild garlic, because I would say by the time this video goes live, this will be the end of the wild garlic season, so this is your last chance. I might actually go out this afternoon and get another load and do some kind of batch cooking with it, so making pesto, making ice cubes and drying it so that I've got some for the rest of the year. I always regret not doing this if I don't do it, which I haven't done for the last few years. But what you will need in your frittata, obviously your eggs, obviously some seasoning, a small onion and garlic really helps, some really good quality extra virgin olive oil, and your veggies. Today I'm doing a double broccoli, so I've got a big broccoli floret which needs eating, and this purple sprouting broccoli. Broccoli is so good for you. It's got so many different health benefits. So this is gonna be yummy, cheesy, and good for you. So first of all, I'm gonna fry off my broccoli in some olive oil with the onion, then I'll add my garlic, then I'll whisk together my eggs, add in a load of grated cheese, season, add the eggs onto the broccoli, and cook it. And that is as easy as that. Let's do it. I'm still wearing my Pilates outfit. I actually treated myself to a new set from Adenola. It's not a particularly spring-like colour, but let's be honest, it doesn't feel particularly spring-like today. This burgundy shade, which I really like. It's got a nice, I don't think I'll be able to show you back detail. I'll show you later. But yeah, really nice colour. And the trousers, my jumper is from Varley, and so are my socks. I wear socks to do reformer because I also put little ankle weights on. But these leggings have actually got little stirrup detail in them. I don't know if you can see that very clearly, maybe you can see it better down there. Yeah, they've got little stirrups, so quite good if you either just think that that looks quite nice, or if you are doing exercises where your leggings might ride up. I've literally never had that problem in my entire life, but I thought it was a nice design detail. So this is my outfit of the day because I've been far too lazy to get changed so far today. Okay, the frittata is slow cooking on the 𝑭𝒂𝒕. It smells amazing. It does kind of just look like an omelette. I probably should have done it in the smaller pan because I've only used 5 eggs. But I wanted to just kind of chat about some of my more sustainable food things that I do. Obviously, Charlie and I, it's really important to us to buy local, seasonal, and where possible, organic fruit and veg. I know that we are exceptionally fortunate that we're able to afford to do that, and it's something that I've chatted a lot about on this channel, the reason that we like to buy seasonal, local, organic food. But I appreciate that it's absolutely not possible for everybody, and organic food is considerably more expensive, and nobody likes the idea of food waste, of course. So some of the things that I do, even this frittata, using up stuff that's literally in the bottom of my fridge that there's not enough of it to do an entire recipe with, for example, using up every bit of that food, especially when it is more expensive, is really, really important to us. You guys know as well about my veggie scraps that I like to keep, and this afternoon I am going to stick a broth on. I actually don't remember why I bought this celery, but this is all going to go in my broth, as is the rinds from my cheese. The cheese is delicious, it's 𝑭𝒂𝒕. I might be able to slice a little bit more off that and eat it. But chopped up celery, a little bit of the rest of this garlic. If I've got any more onion in the cupboard, that's all going to go in a pan to make my stock. These are the veggie scraps that we have been gathering. This is probably 2.5 weeks worth. So let's see what we've got. You don't need to defrost them. These have just been out of the freezer for 20 minutes. I've got half an onion there, some roasted garlic bits, which I think Charlie put on top of the steaks that we had last week. And I said, I will have those, do not put those in the bin. They've done their job of seasoning the steak, and now I will put them in my stock. We've also got, sorry, it's a bit gross, but the bone from the steak that Charlie had last week. So that's gonna add a really nice, like, beefy flavor to the broth and also release collagen into it. Here I've got some chopped onion and literally scraps, I think from a gravy recipe, the tops of leeks that didn't make it into the recipe, tops of onions like this, the kind of bits that you would normally throw away. I just want to maximize the ingredients that we are getting. This is really like rubbish. The bottom of a leek. So much flavour in that little item there. Some herbs. Oh, quite a lot of herbs actually. Ah, and another beef bone. That's fantastic. So this is probably actually 3 weeks worth of scraps and tops of cheeses, bases of broccolis, even onion skins, garlic, things like that. Aside from the celery, everything in here is free because it would have ended up in the bin. So I'm going to add my water, a little bit of salt into the water and bring that up to a boil, let it simmer. That's my broth recipe, and I'll add that into loads of different things. I'm not even wasting my eggshells. What I'm going to do is put these in the oven just for 2 minutes to get rid of any bacteria on them, and then I'll crush them down and add them into my compost. So the potassium in the shells will help with my soil. So really making the most of everything, trying to be as economical and sustainable as possible. And I know I've shared these tips with you before, but I think it's just good to actually put them into practice because, yeah, it definitely doesn't hurt, and it means you're getting so much more out of your ingredients. This is a problem that I always have, that my frittatas are often quite flat, but I don't really know how I would solve that aside from just making them in a smaller pan and them ending up being deeper. But yeah, this is going to be really, really yummy. It smells amazing with all the cheese in there, the broccoli, the pepper, yummy onion and garlic. And then we have got my stock here ready to go. So I'm just going to add a little bit of salt into here, probably a little bit more than that actually. Then when it comes up to boil, you know the drill, it goes to simmer, and then I will put it in the 𝑭𝒂𝒕 overnight and we'll wake up to a wonderful bone broth. Delicious. Well, this kind of feels like an episode of Country File, being out here roaming free and using my jazzy new microphone, so I really hope it's working. So we're on a mission to head out and do some wild garlic foraging, but I wanted to stop here on the roadside because this is my favourite time of year for so many reasons, one of which is that here in the Cotswolds and so many other parts of the country, we do something called 𝘞𝘠𝘢𝘐. You might be able to guess what that means. Basically, lots of local farmers and basically anyone who wants to take part, but especially local farmers, they leave the mowing for the month of May and encourage growth on both roadside verges, in your gardens, leaving areas of the countryside basically to grow a little bit wild. And if you come to the Cotswolds for the weekend, you might think that our roads and our hedgerows are looking exceptionally wild at the moment, really beautiful, full of wildflower, and that is because of 𝘞𝘠𝘢𝘐. One of the main reasons for doing this is because it attracts so many pollinators. As you can see, this area here, it's probably only been about 5 days that this hasn't been mowed. But already we have got some cowslip, we've got lots of different wildflower that haven't come up to flower yet. There's lots of different nettle varieties in here, which even the nettles have actually got, don't worry, I'm going to try not to sting myself, these little white flowers in them. I wouldn't necessarily recommend trying this at home because you might sting yourself, but you can actually kind of inhale from the white flowers and it's got a really sweet scent to it and like flavour to it, and that is because you are essentially inhaling the pollen.
And what this does is that it attracts loads of bees and butterflies and so many other insects, and then they end up pollinating these flowers and the crops in the fields and basically contributing to a really thriving ecosystem. And it also looks absolutely beautiful. Cowslips is just the beginning. It's going to get really wild. I can't wait to show you later on in the month. But I just wanted to show you in this vlog here because this is the beginning of 𝘞𝘢𝘐𝑚. It also means that we can enjoy foraging more in areas like this when we've not cut things down before they've even got started. Just now I was foraging my mint leaves from the garden. Not that I mow my raised beds, but the mint leaves are always allowed to grow abundantly, and I thought I'd bring my mint tea in my ocean bottle travel mug with me to do our foraging. Another way that you can be sustainable, of course, using a reusable mug. This one here will keep my mint tea hot for 4 or 5 hours. I will definitely drink it far before then. But if you're heading out for a countryside walk or if you're doing some gardening, then this is a great way to take a nice beverage with you. Of course, you're not using a single-use coffee cup. You're helping be more sustainable in that way. And also the purchase of these, I've mentioned this many times before about Ocean Bottle, but when you purchase an Ocean Bottle, it actually funds the collection of ocean-bound plastic, which is absolutely incredible. Something else I love about them is that they are dishwasher safe, and that's super, super helpful. And I don't know if the camera will follow me, but I've also got, is it following? No, we've gone too far. Here we go, back again. We also take these with us literally everywhere. This is my giant Ocean Bottle that we keep in the car, and it's fantastic at just having, first of all, it's huge. You can get smaller ones, but this one is great if you're heading out on a long walk or a long foraging mission. Again, dishwasher safe, which is fantastic. You can put hot drinks in here as well. Obviously keeps your cold drinks cold for many, many hours. This has only got water in it, but I'll still show you. You can take the top off and use it as a little mug if you want to. So you could take like a day's worth of coffee in here and it would stay hot all day. Use the little top as a mug, a little cup if you so desired, and again it stops you from having to buy single-use plastic. So always recommend having one of these in your handbag or in the car, as Charlie and I do. It's also got a little toggle at the top so you can just keep it shut. Great for if you want to pop it in the car, and also fantastic if you're out in the garden because then if you're flinging soil around, it's not going to get in the mug. So very, very handy, perfect if you're heading out for forage. So yeah, that's my little treat to keep us going. Now let's head to Hook Norton and get some wild garlic. Well, if anyone was in any doubt whatsoever about whether this is wild garlic, you just have to inhale, because this whole forest smells like the most heavenly garlic risotto, wild garlic risotto. So as you can see, they are fully in bloom. Actually, not even fully. Some of these little buds are still yet to come out. It is perfectly legal to pick the flowers as well as the leaves, as long as you're not on private property, and as long as you're mindful, obviously only taking 1 or 2 leaves from each bush. It is illegal to dig up the wild garlic, so don't do that. But yeah, you can see that a lot of the leaves here are coming towards the end. They're getting a little bit tired looking, but it looks so beautiful with all of these allium flowers. And I'm actually going to pick some just to have in the house because they're so stunning. They really are beautiful. I actually made the mistake of leaving the lid on my tea. I forget how effective these Ocean Bottle travel mugs are. It's actually still too hot, so I'm just going to leave it there for a few moments with the lid off, and I will come back to it. Oh, there we go. The perfect little treat for a morning of foraging. Okay, let's get busy. Babies have had their hair cut. We've had our hair cut and we look exactly the same. They just get fluffier with their haircuts, but they do get bandanas if they're a good boy. Oh, you look so smart, my Dexy. I do like that they don't cut them too short. They just tidy them up somewhat. Excuse me? On Daddy's favourite armchairs. I've never known a doggy to look so fluffy straight after their haircut. I'm keeping guard, you see. I know that somebody's in my garden and I'm keeping guard.
Hello my darlings, back home again now. It's very, very dark in the kitchen. It's 6:30. I've actually been home for a little while. I have started to prepare some of the ingredients to make my wild garlic pesto. And because Charlie is out for dinner with friends tonight, I thought I would make mac and cheese, obviously. So I'm going to put a sprinkling, like a dollop of wild garlic pesto running through it, and I think that'll be amazing. So, wild garlic pesto. I have blanched the wild garlic, so I've run it through hot water and then added it to iced water to really help retain the flavour, the nourishment and the colour. So I've got about probably 140 grams of wild garlic there. I'm loosely following the Wild Rabbit wild garlic recipe that they gave us during the supper club. So they say to use 200 grams of good quality olive oil, which I've got here, 100 grams of Parmesan finely grated, which I have prepared here, a garlic clove, another garlic clove, and then salt to season and 50 grams of sunflower seeds, which are toasted. I've also added in some pine nuts because I think they are extra special. So basically all of those ingredients in the Thermomix, whizzed all together, just check it, see if it needs any more seasoning or anything else, and you're good to go. It is so dark. My gosh, I haven't actually seen the sun today because it's been so cloudy, but I'm so excited for this dinner. I cannot even tell you how excited I am for this. It smells amazing. It could have done with another 5 minutes in the Aga, but I can't wait. So basically, I just didn't clean out the Thermomix after making the pesto. So there was quite a lot of pesto like dregs in it when I made my mac and cheese sauce, and when I tasted it, it's already the perfect amount of wild garlickiness. I don't need to add the pesto. So you can see a few little green bits in there. Wild garlic, macaroni cheese. What a dream come true. If you haven't freshly made the pesto, or if you've shop bought it, you can of course just add a spoonful in right at the beginning when you're making the bechamel. Otherwise, just my normal mac and cheese recipe without the mustard or any spices, because I thought that would be a bit weird. But yes, I've already tried it before I put it in the oven, in the Aga, and it is sensational. It's very hot still, but I can never resist getting stuck in straight away. I don't know if you saw just before I put it in the Aga, I have a little Tupperware in the freezer now with breadcrumbs because, sorry, I just need to eat this. Holy moly, so good. Yeah, every time you make breadcrumbs, just make a load and freeze a load in some Tupperware, because then you don't need to blend it up every single time. So that's really, really handy. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna watch something totally rubbish on Netflix, and then I'm gonna have a bath and chill tonight. So I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning, darlings. It's now Friday morning. Excuse my appearance. I haven't washed my hair in a little while, and there's no point in washing it before Pilates. I've just done a little skincare duo. Beauty Pie Youth Bomb mixed with Beauty Pie Awesome Bronze tanning drops. And hopefully I will have a bit of a glow later on. I was just looking back at the footage that I filmed yesterday, and my goodness, the DJI Osmo is not a flattering camera. I don't know how people are using it as their everyday vlog camera. I know this is terribly boring to anyone that's not a YouTuber, but I've just got to say it. I'm not the most photogenic of people, but my gosh, that camera just makes me look ill, to be honest. It's just not flattering. I genuinely don't think I look that bad in real life. But yeah, the shots that I filmed on that, I don't like. I think I'm just going to use it for not front-facing shots. So a lot of you said that you really liked the clips of the garden, and that they were very sharp and very focused. So I will try and do a lot more out and about shots. You don't need to see my face all the time. It just means I'll be carrying 2 cameras with me, and it is useful having that microphone, but maybe I just need to save it for days when the lighting is a bit kinder. And I'm quite far away from the camera, so we'll see. It's nice to have a secondary option, and also I just looked very strange. I don't know, not flattering clips. Anyway, this morning, yeah, I'm heading to the farm to get some, Daylesford farm, to get some fruit and veg for the weekend and a few other bits, and then Pilates. I have just finished the very last of this moisturizer. Oh, actually, no, that is enough for tomorrow. This is the classic 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 moisture creme, and it's just heavenly. I love their products so much. They are very expensive, but if you really want to invest in luxury skincare, 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 products are quite simply stunning. I've then been using this little trio on my brows and lashes. I say trio, it's actually only 2 products. So this is the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 Brow Bond Building Serum. Holly Parks, that did my eyebrows at Daylesford about 4 weeks ago, probably need redoing actually, recommended this, and I just don't love the fact that it's a doe foot applicator, which is why I use the next product. So I'm just kind of using the doe foot to get a lot of product onto my brows. Sorry, that sound is horrible. And then the reason that I've got this here is because this is a combination of a Revita brow lid and the ordinary brow serum bottle, because I just prefer then to brush through my brows with a spoolie because I don't put any makeup on to do Pilates, and I just quite like my brows to be brushed through, and I do find that they stay like this unless I like pull a jumper on or something. And then this I've only been using for 4 days. It's the Lash Bond from 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. I actually haven't researched the ingredients into this because I know that in some lash boosting serums there are some questionable ingredients, so I need to actually just double check this. But I haven't used a lash building product in a long time, and I do plan on getting LVL done probably in the next few weeks, maybe before Chelsea Flower Show. We have got a very busy week for Chelsea Flower Show, and it'd be nice to make my beauty routine as simple as possible, so I might try and do some LVL this week. But if this can help grow and strengthen my lashes, I'll be very grateful. But yes, I need to check the ingredients. Should probably do that before I keep applying it to my face. So there we go, that's my little lash and brow routine. What time is it? Okay, I need to leave in 20 minutes to do Pilates, so just wanted to check in, say good morning. After Pilates, Jake is going to be here, so Charlie's shooting some more house reel content with him. I know I've banged on about it, but let's see how many followers our home Instagram account has got now. If you're not following already, 131,000. I know that's not like massive by any stretch compared to some, but before we started posting these, not quite daily, but regular reels, we had under 100,000, so we've gained over 30,000 followers from posting this style of reel, and it's a really like relaxing kind of content. It's almost just like one still frame. Look at Dickens, can you see him? Is it this video? Yeah, he's just like creeping in the corner there. Oh, my baby. Oh, he's such a precious little boy. He looks like a little badger. You got to go and watch that reel just to see Dickens. Oh, my baby, my sweet tiny doggy. Yeah, it's just really nice to see the account growing, and we're sharing bits of the house and gardens that you might not have seen before. So for example, we've got some clips of the gravel garden, which is a really cute little space, and I think today Charlie's going to be filming his cheesy crumpet recipe and something else to share on there. So yeah, lots of lovely content on Old House Our Home. So they're shooting some of that, and then I think we're going to head over to 𝑑𝒉𝒂𝒕 Farm Shop. Today, is it 3rd or 4th season of Clarkson's Farm is coming out, so we thought we'd go over and film a reel there. I will give you my honest opinions on 𝑑𝒉𝒂𝒕 when we're there. I've messaged Lisa, who's Jeremy's not wife but partner, who I've met a few times locally, to see if she reckons if it's going to be absolutely mental today. So we will see. She hasn't seen it yet. Yeah, we'll see what she says, because it might not be worth us going if it's going to be absolutely mental, but hopefully it won't be, and we'll take you along. And yeah, it should be a fun day. Anyway, I need to get ready for Pilates.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling.
Okay, I'm back from Pilates, and there's a full shoot going on here. Jake's bought his lighting, and Charlie has been cooking. What's on the menu, darling?
It's the Charlie Tummy Foundation project today.
Tommy's Tummy Foundation.
We've been doing something that I feel like I filmed it before, but I couldn't find a video of me filming before. So
I think we've done it on a vlog,
YouTube,
yeah.
But we haven't had it in a while, but eggy crumpets. I feel like maybe you could, if you want to make it elevated and sound posh, you could call it French toast crumpets. But I don't have a problem with the word eggy, other people do, but eggy crumpets. Essentially a really easy brunch dish, but why we quite like it is it's quite good. It's maybe more autumn, winter, spring, maybe not the most summery thing in the world.
But it doesn't feel like summer today, quite frankly.
It is quite a good dish to do if you've got, say, 2 different couples or a group of people staying, because unless you're just going to do scrambled eggs on toast or a bacon sandwich, a lot of other brunch dishes are quite difficult to do en masse.
Yes.
So we've always found it to be quite a good crowd pleaser for bigger groups of people. Loads of different variations of it. Today we've just got a normal crumpets. Obviously I've not made the crumpets. You could make them if you really have a lot of time on your hands, but we could. And
what was the crumpet dish we had at the Wild Rabbit?
Well, that was more of a savoury one. So
It
that's
was
what I
a
was gonna say.
sourdough,
Yeah, so-
was it wild garlic compote?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Wild
so
garlic.
good, wasn't it?
So this is more of a brunch
Delish.
dish, so we've got it with bacon, and ideally maple syrup, but we've run out.
Scandalous.
But you could easily have it with grated parmesan in there,
Ooh.
or some sort of cheese dish, and then fried eggs and make it a bit more savoury.
Nice.
Well,
So what have you shot with Jake? Are you going to do a reel that's going to show people how to do it?
The reel will be going on Old House.
Nice.
So make sure you're following Old House at home.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool. Looks good.
That is yours, Josephine.
Let's dig in. Nice. Cheers, mate.
My only hope. I look for the things I don't know.
If anyone wanted to know what May in the Cotswolds is like, I think the fact that we've got the fire lit in our bedroom just about says it all. Obviously I'm joking, but I think Charlie's has been shooting some bits in here and it is so nice and toasty. I wanted to show you something in here that I often mention to people when I'm with people in real life and they express an interest in the fact that we live in such an old house. And I have shown you this before, so apologies if lots of you have seen it, probably a few years ago. But something that anyone who's joined the channel lately may not know is that we have really intriguing witch markings on our fireplaces. And this area in the Cotswolds is an area where a lot of people very much believed in witchcraft and things like that for a very, well, until not too far in the past, if that makes sense. Like, it was quite a recent area that they still believed in it. And a lot of houses in this area have got witch markings on to protect the residents from witches coming down through the chimney. So if we look really closely, you can actually see, can you see these little circles going round and round and round in this big spiral? And then over here it's almost as though someone's taken, let's see if you can you see that there? These lines, it's like someone's taken a, what's it called that you use in maths? That thing where you put the pin in one side and the pencil in the other side and you do circles. It's got a funky name but I can't remember. Yeah, there's basically these markings all over this fireplace. You can see that one quite clearly now in this lighting. And they believed that these markings would actually stop the witches coming down through the fireplace and entering the buildings. How interesting is that? So we've got lots of little things like that, lots of interesting history tidbits around the house, and I think that's what Charlie and Jake have just been shooting, a reel all about the historical fun facts about the house. So if that is live on the home Instagram by the time this vlog goes live, I think it might have done, then I'll link that down below. I've just added a couple of quick curls into my hair and put an outfit on because I'm going to do a tiny bit of shooting with Jake if we've got time for me to sneak in before he's got to go. I need to shoot, actually I'm going to show it to you because it's rather gorgeous. Okay, we're here in the pink room. You actually can't even tell that it's a dull, dark, rainy day from this window. It's always so bright. But I want to show you this. So this arrived in the post yesterday. I didn't actually show you the appointment itself, but maybe if I've got any video clips, I'll pop them on the screen here. Basically, Astrid and Mew have launched this incredible new idea with their necklaces, and it's called the Story Chain. And what you can do is go into their boutiques. It's a really amazing, fun, interactive experience, and it's basically designing like a charm necklace, and you can choose charms that mean a lot to you, really personalizable, including like birthstones, little item, you'll see what I've chosen, star sign horoscope charms and things like that. So sorry, I just had to change my battery. So yeah, you basically go into a boutique and you can choose from different lengths and different styles of solid gold chains, and then you're presented with this box of different charms, and the idea is that you choose charms that are meaningful for different parts of your life. So I will show you the charms that I chose, and it would be a really nice thing to do with your friends or to celebrate a special occasion like a graduation or a wedding or a really special birthday. So let me show you what I got. You choose the charms and the necklace actual chain in the boutique, and then this took around 10 days to get created. I think they weld it and then send it out to you. So this is actually my first time seeing this, which is really, really exciting.
Comes in their beautiful dusky pink box, and dun dun dun, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Okay, I cannot wait to actually try this on, but here is a little close-up of my story chain necklace. So you can see I've got a heart in the middle, and then, okay, now let me try and remember this. I thought I would show you actually down here, it's going to be much easier. So here is a little close-up of my beautiful story chain necklace. So in the middle here we've got my heart, which is covered in little diamonds, and then we've got some stones either side. Now I cannot remember the names of them off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure this one is for abundance and this one is for love, and they are, I believe they're also the birthstones. I can't remember which way around I did it, but I'm pretty sure that this is Charlie and Lila's monthly birthstones, so they are the two closest to my heart. Then we have got a key here, which symbolises our house, which is very special to me, and this champagne bottle for our wedding. And then up here we have got this little sign here, and another one, and these are Dexter and Dickens star sign emoticon items. So very, very special. I'm going to pop it on and show you how it looks. It's a really gorgeous quality. I think it's 9 karat gold chain, really beautiful lightweight chain, and it's going to be so, so nice for layering. Can't wait to wear it. It's a really special experience, and just, yeah, something really lovely that 𝑭𝒆 now offer. I'll leave a link down below to where you can do the online necklace building, or of course you can book for an in-store appointment. So here it is, I have popped on the necklace. You can see it's just really dainty and elegant, a really fine chain, which 𝑭𝒆 always do. They do the most beautiful quality pieces. I love the fact that it's so personalizable. I was just talking through it on some Instagram stories as well. You choose everything from the placement, how far or how close they are. I chose them, I wanted it to be like quite an even distribution there, and I think this is absolutely perfect. So you can do it online, but I would recommend, if you can, going into a store, because then you can just like choose every single, it's a little bit more hands-on, obviously, if you go into a store, so I definitely recommend doing that. But I'll leave a link down below to how you can do it online, and also how to book it in store, because it's such a nice experience. I just love how this looks, and I can't wait to stack it up with some of my other jewellery pieces. So there we go. Okay, I need to go and finish shooting, and I'll catch up with you shortly.
I should be the last to know we're all in this. I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honest.
So shooting is done, and Charlie and I have decided to come too.
Nice. This is sort of like replacing our Friday Honest Burger trip that we've mentioned before.
Yeah.
Instead, my aim is to get some plants from Daylesford and a cake. I'm in the mood for cake.
Should we do cake first?
Yeah, let's do cake first.
Okay, so we're going to get some cakes and we're going to get some plants. And Friday afternoons are a really good time to come, actually, because, I mean, it's not completely quiet, but it's a lot quieter than it would have been earlier in the day.
It's quite late. What is it? 5:30?
Yeah. And tomorrow is going to be crazy here, so we wouldn't be able to get any garden stuff. So let's go and get some goodies. Now is a great time to come to the garden shop, because they've got so many amazing little flowers that will get big if you plant them outside now. And all of the salad trays are here in the greenhouse. I buy these every year and they always do so well. And then they've got lots of fun little seedlings. I've actually just picked up a tray of edamame beans. I think I've got seeds at home, but these ones are already doing well, so can't wait to grow those. Lots of tomatoes, lots of salad leaves. Charlie just said they need to call a plumber because they've got a leak. Haha. Free fertilizer. Oh, it's their coffee beans. That is a wonderful idea. Charlie cannot control himself in a garden centre. He's a shopaholic.
These are the chocolate cosmos, which are perennial.
You're a shopaholic?
Yeah, I'm a plant shopaholic. There's worse things to be a shopaholic of.
Yep. Some people collect Hermes handbags.
We collect chocolate cosmos.
Any Daylesford regulars, they've moved the coffee. It's now in a little airstream in the garden centre. How adorable.
This will be my first peonies of the year. Our ones in the garden are not quite ready yet, but can't resist picking up a few of those. And sweet pea, the first British grown sweet peas of the year. How gorgeous. Mischief managed. We've got a car full of flowers and we've got a lot of planting to do.
Okay, we are home again. These are the flowers that I arranged, I think, within the vlog last week. They're still going fairly strong, but I'm just going to trim the ends of them and give them a little bit of love and probably add in the new flowers. So getting rid of any dead bits because we don't want the energy from these plants to go into making seed heads. So we want them to focus their energy on staying alive. So I'm just going to get rid of the ends. I have been keeping this water nice and fresh, so luckily I did actually just change the water, so that's all good. But yeah, we're just going to take off any leaves or blooms that are not looking too healthy.
Oh, lovely ones! Lovelies! Why are you so excited? So excited to see what that is. Come on then. Come on, Small.
Daddy, I don't want to go outside.
Come on, Small. Come on, Small.
Okay, they're back in situ. Now I'm going to do the flowers that I just got from Daylesford. As usual, I'm using an old Bold Bean Company jar inside the antique item because this probably has got holes in it and it just helps to protect it. Now, peonies, there are a few different things that you can do to encourage them to open up because at the moment they're just like little golf balls and without a little bit of a nudge, there is a risk that they may not open. So, first thing that I do, under running water, like lukewarm, just hold the heads under the tap. And this is because peony heads, there's often a little bit of sap on them and that just helps to bind them together when they're growing, but we want to get rid of that so that they open up. The next thing that you want to do is just lightly tap them. Actually, you don't even need to be that light-handed on a surface, which again just helps to start loosening them. I'll show you. So I'm just giving them a tap. I know it sounds bonkers, looks bonkers, but just giving them a good old tippity tap tap. That will help to just loosen up the leaves, and then of course cutting at an angle and adding them into the water. I'm kind of regretting not picking up some viburnum. That would have been a really nice addition into this little flower display. But I think what I'll do tomorrow morning when it's a little bit brighter and not raining is just head out into the garden and get some foliage. I also added a few beautiful little ranunculus. Again, these are very tightly bound at the moment, but they will definitely open up. Yeah, we certainly need some foliage in here, but when these all open, this is going to look absolutely gorgeous. Okay, my next job for the day is to strain my beef bone broth. It smells amazing. Oh my gosh. This is going to be so tasty. It's been in the Arga for nearly 24 hours, which is probably the maximum. So I always strain just with a metal sieve and a big jug. Just make sure you've got the jug. You don't want to be pouring your lovely broth down the sink. I know, I've heard too many horror stories of people forgetting to actually save the liquid. I always like to let my broth cool down before I do this bit, because otherwise it's a little bit tricky. But yeah, this was cooling the whole time we were at Daylesford, so it's a good temperature to handle. And then I store them in the fridge in these bottles. And because I've actually got so much, more than a bottle's worth, I'm going to put some in this ice cube tray, and then you can freeze it, and next time you need just some delicious additions to a recipe, you can defrost it or just add an entire stock cube into your recipe. There we go, so we have got 2 bottles worth and an ice cube tray of amazing, super tasty, super nourishing beef and veggie broth. That's going to be so nice in risottos, pasta dishes, gravies, soups. I just need to remember to use it because I did have to chuck some away a couple of weeks ago, which is just sacrilege. Now this remaining veg is a bit stinky, so I always take it straight out to the food bin. But yeah, not bad for some free, nourishing goodness. Yay!